Greetings YouTube. This is the main door to my home. We have a lovely cranberry style wreath on my door. And as you noticed, it's got a 9 light window. It's kind of a classic New England style. But that isn't particularly safe. As you can well imagine, if someone really wanted to, they could put their hand through that light down in the left-hand corner and reach in and undo my 2 locks, one of which is a deadbolt. Now, what you probably can't tell at the moment is that I've installed a security device. Can any of you figure out what it is just by looking at the window? Now we're going to go inside and I'll show you what it is. Okay, now we're on the inside and now you might be able to see what I've done. See all those shiny silver screws? 2 there, 2 there, and they go all the way around the edge, and they are in the middle as well, where the wooden cross beams meet. What I've done is install a 3/16 thick sheet of Lexan in the inside of this window. So if someone were to attempt to knock that window out right here, they aren't going to get far. And the goal is here to not stop them, because you can't stop someone who really wants to get into your home. They can use a sledgehammer if they feel like it. But the goal is to slow them down enough and make enough noise and make their lives unpleasant enough that they will decide that it is better off to go rob somebody else. And that's my goal here, to discourage them from being here and to go elsewhere. But from the outside, you really can't tell, and it's not a perfect fit. There's a slight gap at the top because the sheet of Lexan I had available to me was only 36 inches, and even that was not cheap. It was like $50 for a 36-inch by 30-inch sheet of Lexan. But this is wasn't a lot difficult to put in. Kind of cool. It took me about an hour and a half or so to do it because I had to drill all those holes and take measurements and all that kind of stuff. Like I drilled those 2 top corner holes and put it up, then marked all the other holes, took it down, drilled everything, put it back up, pre-drilled all the holes for the screws so they wouldn't split the wood, and then screwed them all in. And I don't know if you can see this or not, but there's a washer around each of these screws, because each of these screws is a wood screw which has a bugle-shaped head. You know, the head comes at like a bugle. And if you do that into a hole in Lexan, you'll just split the Lexan. So this washer is designed to accept a bugle-headed screw, and then it disperses the energy around the hole directly so that it doesn't split it, and it bites into it slightly and holds it in place and keeps it from moving. So that's very useful to have around, and I got a whole bunch of those, so I can have future uses for them. They come in like $100 in a package, and it's like $6. So my next step is to put up a blind over this. There was a blind up here, but I want to put another one in when it's in better shape, because the one that was up there was kind of dirty. And when I'm done, I'll show you what that looks like. And here we have the final product. With the blind in place, you can barely tell that the Lexan is present. It covers up the bottom, which is the most obvious area, and with the horizontal lines of the blinds, it's going to help camouflage that small gap at the top as well from the outside. It's not going to be as noticeable. So there you have it, a relatively inexpensive, relatively quick and simple bit of quote-unquote invisible door security. Now the only thing that required any kind of skill at all was notching out these 2 sections, this corner here and this area, and I used a Dremel tool to cut that out and then to shape it so that it would fit around the 2 objects and look relatively decent and give it a nice fit. So I hope this might be of use to somebody out there who gets to see this video at some point in the future.